What's up, guys? Nolan here again today, going to be talking about Tom Clancy's The Division, which is in beta right now, January 30th and January 31st, and then it also comes out in March. And guys, you're going to be seeing some footage on this in March, I tell you what, because this is going to be one of my favorite games, and is one of my favorite games right now. I've spent the past about day and a half playing it, and I'm having a great time. I hit the max level, I'm getting lots of good gear, and I'll just get into one of my favorite points, or one of my favorite parts of the game, as well as a lot of other people's favorite parts, which is the PvP in it, and that is the Dark Zone. So there's a lot of stuff going into the Dark Zone that doesn't make it like what people were thinking was going to turn out to be like, which is your basic DayZ. You go ahead and just kill everyone that you see. Your Rust, you just go ahead and kill anyone that you see, and you raid all their shit, you take all their shit. And it's really not. It really just plain old is not. You can still bandit people, you can still steal their shit when you're in the Dark Zone, and there is a lot of that going on, but it's not as bad as in DayZ. Nowhere near as bad as it is in Rust. There's actually people helping each other, which you'll see in this video. People actually help each other, and I'm one of those people. The first thing I do is that I try to go at it with an open mind, thinking that they're not going to try and kill me. They got loot too. They're just trying to get it out of there, and they're trying to get out. But I'll talk a little bit more about that after. Basically, I just want to do a rundown on what the Dark Zone is in case some people didn't really understand what's going on, and that is that the Dark Zone has its own level as well as its own currency. In the Division, there is a PvE rank and there is a PvP rank. There is also a normal currency or money, and then there's also a PvP currency that you can use to get gear. The best gear in the game right now that I've found is in the Dark Zone. You can get the very good gear. You can get the elite gear at the safe house with the safe house vendor. Also in the safe house, if you think somebody's actually following you, you can actually go ahead and resupply there and try and throw them off your track, or you can just kind of chill in there. You can log off in there. Actually, I don't know if you can log off in there. I haven't tried that yet. So that's going to be something that I can test there. But the safe room is just somewhere where you can hang out and then get them off your back. Just play, I don't know, just sit in the safe room and then just play Game Boy or something. I don't know. Just open up a different game and just keep playing another game while you're sitting in the safe room to get them off your track. But anyway, when you're in the Dark Zone, there is PvE events as well as PvP events. The PvP events being the extractions. If you want to go and bandit somebody, that would be the time to do it, because you know whoever's up there has loot. And then the PvE would be you can run up on some mobs, which would be purple, which is they're a little bit higher rank. Some of them are 9, and then the yellow, which are the even harder, the elites to kill, which will even have better loot and a little bit harder to kill, like I said. And they actually have some different weapons, like they'll have they'll have automatic weapons. They'll have, well, they aren't. What am I trying to say? Machine guns. They have machine guns. They have marksman rifles. There's different mobs to try and kill. So it'll be kind of difficult to get through that on your own. But I have done it, so you can do it on your own. But it's just difficult. You probably want to try and group up with some people, like in the video that I'm showing. I grouped up with some people that would just happen to be shooting at them. So I just kind of jumped in there and I found some loot for myself. So you can actually, that's how you actually acquire the loot, but in order to get it out, that's when you go to the PvP kind of events, where you have to go to the extraction. You cannot leave the Dark Zone with that loot on your body. You have to bring it to the extraction point. You have to get it extracted, because that is in a contaminated zone. That loot has the sickness. It has the sickness. It needs to be cleaned until before you can actually get your hands on it. So you have to go shoot that flare up in the sky and then have the counter go down for a minute and a half or whatever it is, and then have everyone in the area know somebody over there, whether it be that roof, whether it be that open area somewhere, has loot, and I can go kill him if I've got more people than him. So you got to be careful with that. But like I said earlier, like 99% of the time, it's other people that are either 1 or 2 people. They kind of don't want to fuck with you, and they just want to get their loot out and be on their way. So that's most of the time what happens. But there is once in a blue moon where I've seen somebody try and pick somebody off as they are standing in the open to actually put their loot on the cable for the helicopter, which is the biggest moment of the extraction. That is the big moment of trying to get your loot on the rope while you're standing in the open for a solid few seconds. So if anyone is there and they feel like they want to get some loot, that is the time they're going to shoot. So what I do is I sometimes fake them out, like I'll run around in a circle a little bit, and then once they start shooting, then I'll start worrying about them. I'll heal up or whatever, or maybe just completely disengage, just run away, and then go to a different extraction zone or whatever. Just make sure I stay alive if I'm by myself. If I'm in a group, we can probably handle it. But anyway, the other thing that might happen is that AI do tend to show up sometimes. I've noticed that it's when you have full loot. If you have 6 out of 6 PvP or Dark Zone loot on you, that's pretty much always going to bring the AI just kind of out of nowhere. They're just going to come out of nowhere and they're going to try and steal your loot if the players hadn't already, or maybe both will come at you at some point. But they are stronger. They're the Dark Zone AI, which are stronger than the purple ones. They're harder to kill, but you'll get more XP for killing them. Just make sure you get some cover, use your grenades, use your heals, use your abilities, whether it be the scan to find them or your heal to heal you or your buddies, and you should be okay. It's just a lot different than your Daisy or your Rust or whatever, because if you actually end up killing somebody, now you can damage them and that'll be alright. They'll turn red, but if they don't start shooting at you, if it was an accident or whatever, they don't start shooting at you, you're good. But if you actually full-on kill somebody, you're going to go rogue. And now if you're rogue, anybody else that is not rogue is going to be able to kill you without any repercussions. They will also get your gear, if you had gear on you, from the Dark Zone. They won't get all your guns or whatever. You'll still keep all that, anything that you got, and anything you extracted earlier, or anything you have from PvE. Just anything that you had at that time when you were in the PvP zone, the little yellow pack that you see on your backpack. Any loot that you got in the PvP zone can be looted by other players. They will be able to grab that for themselves if they actually kill you. So it turns it into a whole different kind of mindset whenever you're trying to actually kill people. Now, you can still do it, and I have actually done that. I've killed people that have just, they've pissed me off. Like they shot at me, like they tried to kill me as I was trying to extract loot, and they actually failed, and then they ended up running away. Well, you bet your ass I tracked their ass down, and I lit them up, and I actually got a pretty cool gun out of it. I got the police M4 that you're seeing me use here out of that. But yeah, it's easily one of my favorite games, and I'm gonna keep playing it for the rest of the weekend, and I can't wait till it comes out in March. But anyway, that is the Dark Zone. That is how the PvP works in the Dark Zone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I also hope that you have a nice day. See you guys. Well.